Hello and welcome to Out and About. I'm Diane Gonzalez. The Nebraska Statewide Arboretum is hosting its 32nd annual Spring Affair plant sale, April 28th at the Lancaster Event Center. It is the largest gardening and plant sale event in the Midwest, and it's all free. And joining me from the Nebraska Statewide Arboretum is the Executive Director, Christina Hoyt. Christina, thank you so much for being here
Thank you for having me.
For people who don't know what the Arboretum is, tell us what this statewide Arboretum is all about.
Sure. We are a nonprofit organization that works across Nebraska. We're affiliated with the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. And our goal is to do tree planting and garden making all throughout the state. And we've been doing it for 40 years. We're actually celebrating our 40th year this year.
Great, great. Now, what can someone expect to see when they go out to the Spring Affair?
Sure. So Spring Affair is a huge event. We have 700 varieties of plants.
Wow.
So I would say most people probably don't have 700 varieties in their garden. There's always something to find. So there'll be tons of plants, vendors, and then educational talks throughout the day as well.
And what are some of those educational talks about?
Sure. We have one on Gardening 101. So if you're a new gardener or just kind of want to brush up on your gardening skills, that's a great talk for you. We have one on birds of Nebraska and how you can attract birds to your garden. Spring Creek Prairie will be giving that talk. And then we also have one on native plants that Mark Haney with the City of Lincoln will be giving.
That's right. Mark is always a great presenter. Yeah. But tell us a little bit about, have the plants changed over the years as we've found out more about sustainability and drought-tolerant plants?
Sure, they definitely have changed over the years. You know, when Spring Affair was first started 32 years ago, the idea of even planting a perennial plant, one that came back year and after year, was a novel concept. So the whole goal was to get perennials out into the landscape. And now we've kind of mastered that, and we're trying to get people to plant more ecologically. So how can you clean water? How can you provide habitat for birds, for pollinators? Last year, a lot of our native plants sold out pretty quickly, which was great to see because that means people are getting excited about planting native plants and incorporating them into their landscapes.
Again, the event is free. There are obviously plants for sale. It is April 28th at the Lancaster Event Center. How many people usually attend this event?
So on Saturday, there's 2,500 to 3,000 people. Sometimes people get scared away because there's a big line out the door in the morning on Saturday. People are just waiting for the doors to unlock. So that line moves very quickly, and we get people through checkout. It's a great event to not only hear talks, but also to get plants for your garden.
And if you just can't wait till Saturday, there is a preview party. That's also a fundraiser for the Arboretum.
Sure. So the preview party helps support our programs across the state. It is a ticketed event. If you're a member or a non-member, you're invited to purchase a ticket. The great thing about the preview party is there is a meal and live music, but you get a shot before the crowd. So there's about 400 people that come, so and just hang out with other gardeners that like plants. So it is a really fun event to attend.
And again, this does provide funding for the Arboretum. Where else does the funding come from for your organization?
So sure, for our organization, we are grant funded. Donors and members are a huge part of our funding as well. And then we sell plants, and Spring Affair is one of those events that we do that at.
Okay. Again, we talked about a little more focus on perennials and on sustainability plants. How else has the event grown and changed over the years?
Sure. So the event originally was out at State Fair Park when it was here in Lincoln. And over time, we outgrew the facility and State Park went away, and it's out at the Lancaster Event Center now. So there's still a lot of plants. I think it's so spread out now that people walk in and go, oh, there's not as many plants, but there's usually more plants every year. The other thing that we've been trying to do is just help people learn in place. I mean, it's a big event and you're trying to find your plants. So we have lots of really good signage now. So you can tell right away if things are a native plant, if it's good for butterflies, to help people find their way around the event. That's probably the biggest thing. We're seeing a lot more new gardeners show up. So we love you to come, even if you don't consider yourself a gardener and just want to find some plants. It's good for that.
In all ages, you have a lot of kids who come?
There are a lot of kids. Now, we don't have kids' activities, But a lot of parents bring their kids, and it's fun to have kids pick out plants. I remember going with my parents as a child shopping and picking out a plant and finding my own plot of land that they gave me in the yard to plant in. So I definitely encourage families to bring their kids with and have them partake in that process.
All right. The website for the Arboretum is at plantnebraska.org.
Correct.
All right.
Yeah.
You can find out more about the organization, how you can become a member, how you can support it, some of the other great things that you're doing all across the state. Again, the Nebraska Statewide Arboretum Spring Affair Plant Sale, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Saturday, April 28th at the Lancaster Event Center. There is free admission for that. Again, there's the website, plantnebraska.org. And then there is the Spring Affair preview party the night before, 6 to 9 p.m. Friday, April 27th, also at the event center. There is a charge for this, but it all goes to support the Arboretum. So what's the future at the Arboretum? What are you working on for
Sure.
the future
Yeah.
of the state?
We are getting ready to kick off a Greener Nebraska Towns and tree planting campaign for the next 3 years. So one of our goals is to plant 10,000 trees across Nebraska's communities. And we've heard a lot about Emerald Ash Borer, but there's lots of other things facing our communities, and communities just need to be planting more trees in general. And then also, as part of that, we're trying to get more ecological landscapes, so holistic landscapes out in communities. So that program will work on helping fund communities. They can apply for grant funding, and that grant funding will be on our website come June, and people can find out more information.
All right, Christina, thank you so
You're
much. I
welcome.
hope you have a great crowd for the 32nd Annual Spring Affair. Again, the website to find out more about the Arboretum, about the Spring Affair, and about the preview party is plantnebraska.org. Thank you very much, and good luck with
you.
your event.
Yes, thank you.
All right, when we come back, Jeff Mall will join us from the Convention and Visitors Bureau. But first, we're going to take a look at some of the other events coming up at the Lancaster Event Center. Welcome back to Out and About. Jeff Mall joins us now from the Convention and Visitors Bureau. We've got some big weekends coming up, starting with spring football game.
A lot of excitement around the spring football game this year. In case you
A
haven't
lot
heard,
more.
Scott Frost is our new coach.
No.
He's got a pretty good history at Nebraska. Should be
Really?
a pretty good coach from what I'm hearing. But I'll tell you what, this thing sold out so fast. I think there was jokes flying around that they could probably do a second and a third spring game because there's so much excitement. So, I always look at this spring game. It's the one opportunity I think a lot of families have to go fairly affordably to see a Husker game, and this is a sneak peek to what the season should look like.
All right, and make sure you check out the Big Red Express. Star Trek will be
Yes.
providing some shuttle service for that. So lots of fun at the spring game.
You
It's always
betcha.
something kind of goofy and fun about it.
Yeah,
they
and
added
everybody-
in a few little twists.
Right, everybody plays. I think we had Jack from Team Jack. I think he got to run the ball in one year.
That
So just
was
a lot of neat
stunning.
things.
Yeah,
Good
that was
storylines.
great. All right, and then Marathon Weekend is coming up, the first weekend in May. Action kicks off, of course, with the Mayor's Run. It's billed as the Midwest America's largest children's run. Wow.
It's
Have
a
your
mad dash.
Your kids have done this,
Yeah,
right?
and it's a mad dash to get around that Capitol. Lots of kids.
And parents, some parents run too, right?
Because the little ones are shy and they're like, Dad, Mom, come with. So
Yeah.
neat event.
So have you run it?
No, my kids were bold enough to go do it themselves. So
Yeah.
that was fun for me.
All right. Well, it's always fun. And then the next day, of course, the big one, the marathon, takes a really cool route through our city.
It's a great opportunity to introduce a lot of strangers, a lot of visitors to our community. It takes a chance to leave the University of Nebraska campus, run all the way out in areas like Holmes Lake and Highway 2, back through some historic neighborhoods, finishing at Memorial Stadium. The 41st Annual Lincoln Marathon is a lot of fun. We have the first water station at the 3-mile mark, our friends at the Chamber and Convention and Visitors Bureau, and so great to see so many people year after year.
And this has a major impact, economic impact on our community as well, with so many people coming in.
It really does. In fact, we see a lot of people linger into Monday. They stay the night Sunday because,
Probably too sore.
right, they don't want to move.
Too tired. All right, the USA Women's National Volleyball is back. This is the second time they've been here, correct?
Yes, we had them a couple years ago. This is for the inaugural FIVB Volleyball Nations League tournament right here in Lincoln. Things get going in May, and we'll have the U.S. here, number 7 Italy, number 12 Turkey, and number 22 Poland. The women are right now number 2, so they got a little work to do, and we're excited because we know there'll be some Huskers on this USA
That's
team.
right.
And,
Jordan Larson and Amber Rolfson were on the website that I saw.
Yep,
So,
yep.
so hopefully they will have a good outing here at their home turf.
And actually, all the way up to about a week before the event, they'll still be shuffling the roster around. So there's some other Husker names out there that are being thrown about. So if you haven't bought your ticket, now's the time to get it because we do anticipate it selling out.
All right. Spring also means the start of historic Haymarket Farmers Market and the other farmers markets that have sprung up around the community. This one in the Haymarket has grown so much, and it's really kind of the granddaddy of the farmers markets.
Yeah, we're excited about this. The historic farmers market, Haymarket Farmers Market, is the one you talk about, the granddaddy of them all. Lots of great arts and crafts, pastries, just a great place to mingle with people with a cup of coffee. It says rain or shine, but the weather that we're experiencing right now, could we cold out this event?
I don't know about that. We
My
should
goodness.
let people know we're taping this in early April, and it feels still like winter. So
Yeah, it's been quite the year so far.
I
But yeah,
really want to put my snow boots away.
yeah, we'll give it 14 days and we'll be just fine.
All right. Also, the old Cheney Road Farmers Market has moved. It has moved to a new location at College View. It's actually their 14th season, but they're first at this new venue.
Yeah, they'll be on 48th Street between Prescott and Lowell in the College View neighborhood. This is, like you said, the 14th season of operation for this farmers market. I think it's going to be a great new venue, great neighborhood to be in, a lot of great college campus over there, too. You got to think about Union colleges in the area, so it should be a lot of fun for this new market.
It really
location.
is a cool neighborhood, too. The mills nearby
Yes.
and Union College campus is a really beautiful campus. So,
Yes.
well, we have a couple of beer events to talk about.
Sounds like a
beer
great
in
idea.
Lincoln
Yep.
is so big. We're going to talk about Tour de Brew, which combines beer and bicycling and a fundraiser for a local charity.
Helmets are not optional at this point, right? You know,
No,
your marketing.
no.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there. You'll ride at your own pace from CycleWorks and get a chance to enjoy some beers along the way. You'll be able to eat along the way as well. The regroup will be at Empyrean Brewing Company's warehouse on the corner of 8th and L Street, and should be a lot of fun. Raffle tickets along the way. You pick up multiple raffle tickets for a chance to win, and should be a lot of fun. A new event for the City of Lincoln.
The Art Venture Cookies and Beer Silent Auction is a benefit also for the Girl Scouts. This one, they have a cookies and craft beer pairing that they're doing, which sounds kind of intriguing. I've never liked sweets with my beer.
9 cookies, 9 beers. They're going to pair these together. Kind of a unique event, and this event obviously benefits the Girl Scouts in Nebraska, so an opportunity to enjoy sweets and treats in the way of alcohol.
All right. It benefits the Girl Scouts, but it is adult only.
Yes.
Got to put that in there.
That's a good point.
All things bacon, coming back to the Cornhusker, and this one is also a fundraiser for culinary students.
Yeah, bacon-inspired delights from Lincoln's finest chefs. I know a lot of them are working on their concoctions right now, so Star City Bacon Fest will be at the Lincoln Cornhusker Marriott Hotel coming up in April.
Another fun fundraiser is an Alzheimer's Association benefit. This is kind of an annual thing. They call it Rivals. ALZ, of course, is for Alzheimer's disease. Blondes versus brunettes.
That's right. This will take place at Speedway Village, beautiful indoor facility out there in actually West Lincoln. Opportunity to raise awareness. This will be a flag football game taking place indoors.
That looks like fun. Indoors, they don't have to worry about the weather.
We hope they'll be indoors.
Another fundraiser for a very important cause. There's a fundraising lunch for Madonna, and this is featuring a interior design expert. So, yeah, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, Mary Carol Garrity of Kansas City-based Neil Hills business down there will have a chance to share her love for lunch as well as an hour of expert tips and insights from herself on purchasing and the featured tableware that she'll have on display. So this shop down in Kansas City, Neil Hills, must be a pretty big deal.
Must be pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, the Foundation for Lincoln City Libraries is doing its annual fundraiser. They're raising money to support technology at our libraries, and they have a Wine and E. Again, another fundraiser that involves it's an adult theme.
We're on a roll here. Casual evening features buffet dinner, silent auction, and library staff will demonstrate new apps. So bring your phone or tablet and enjoy a great night out.
All right, another great institution in our community is KZUM.
Love them.
Celebrating its 40 years on the air. It's Lincoln's longest running community radio station. It's been around for a long time. One of their most popular programs is called Democracy Now!, and the host of that is going to be here.
That's right, Amy Goodman will be here. That's a big name for those following the television show. The event is proudly presented by KZM to highlight the importance of non-commercial, independent media. And I get a chance to go out there once a week and record just a little bit of a tidbit of what's going on in Lincoln, and so much passion in those studios, and just a neat event. Rococo Theater, there will be admission, so get your tickets now.
All right, let's go out to Morrill Hall, some fun things for the kids. You're going to explore with a junior LPS scientist. This is kind of a collaboration between the junior scientists and at LPS and Morrill Hall.
Yeah, this discussion will be about how the body works. This will be in partnership with junior scientists from Lincoln Public Schools. I'd love for a Lincoln Public School student to tell me how my body works.
Okay.
And then take it to my doctor and say, do you agree with this? Right? This is a great opportunity.
Are you
Morrill
smarter
Hall.
than a junior scientist?
Right, I like it.
We'll find out. Pop-in story time is a frequent event there at Morrill Hall, and the subject for this one is going to be insects. That should draw a lot of kids. Kids
Yes,
love bugs.
they do. They do. Stories, songs, and movements, stories and activities are planned for ages 3 to 5. So plan ahead for this event at the Morrill Hall.
All right. And the other event we want to talk about at Morrill Hall is the second Saturday Science Lab. And this one's going to focus on plants that are grown here in Nebraska.
That's right, native Nebraska plants. Every 3 Investigate Science events that you attend will qualify your child to be a science investigator. Plus you get a prize along the way. So great way to have a little treat at the end of the rainbow.
Okay, the Lincoln Children's Museum is so inspired by the spring game and the new coach that they're going to offer a game day play date.
This is a really cool idea,
It is,
right?
it is.
So how many times do you have a couple tickets to the football game and you wonder, what are we going to do with the kiddos? Well, now...
But everybody's going to the game.
Right. Now you have an opportunity to drop the kids off in a totally safe, great learning environment at the Children's Museum. Mom and dad can go to the game. Mom and siblings can go to the game. The kids can have a great time at the Children's Museum. And I know when people hear this, they're already going to plan out how this is going to work. This is a unique opportunity. So I'd recommend calling ahead 477-4000 for more information.
And it's not free. We want to let
Right.
people know that
Right.
there is a charge for this, but that'll go to support our great Children's Museum. The DLA, Downtown Lincoln Association, is partnering with the Children's Museum and the Children's Zoo on a special event at Tower Square.
Love the idea of Sensory Day 2018. This is a free kid-friendly event. Come check out Lincoln's many awesome parks and enjoy some hopefully nice weather by the time this rolls around. DLA will be providing light refreshments, coloring pages, as well as face painting.
And a couple Mother's Day events we want to talk about. The first one is out at Pioneers Park Nature Center. Go out and see some nature with your mom.
Nothing's better than waking up with a little bit of nature. And 8 to 10 o'clock at Pioneers Park Nature Center, early morning bird walk, as well as a guided tour, plus a continental breakfast will be provided. Please register by May 9th. Space is very limited.
All right. There's also a Mother's Day celebration at the Lincoln Children's Zoo. Moms either get in free or they get a free train ride.
What would you choose?
I would choose both.
I bet you could negotiate it, Mother, right? The mothers.
I'll try. I love the train. I love screaming in the tunnel.
Right.
Yeah.
You can scream the whole way if you'd like. It's a Mother's Day celebration at the Lincoln Children's Zoo. Folks, take mom out to the zoo and have a great time.
I wouldn't want to upset the camels by screaming all the way.
You like the camels?
I love the camels.
You ready for giraffes?
Yes.
Yes. So excited about this new zoo concept.
That's right. Earth Day and Party for the Planet, another special event at the Children's Zoo.
Yeah, come say hello to your favorite animal friends and watch a show on the Animal Encounter stage.
All right, let's get outside. Let's get active. Children's Zoo is doing its annual Lincoln Fire and Rescue Fun Run and Walk. This is a really fun event. They call it the wildest kids race in town.
I like it.
I like it too.
I get this. It's a great opportunity to interact with fire trucks, police cars, and much, much more. Plus, there's a 1-mile race starting at 10 a.m. and all runners receive a free train ride to participate.
And scream in that tunnel. All right, hop, skip, and jump. hop, skip, jump, and
And run.
run is a benefit for SKIP, the School Community Intervention and Prevention Program.
Great program. They'll have this at Lincoln Southwest High School, a 1-mile fun run, as well as a 5K race.
And then Great Strides to support the fight against cystic fibrosis. That is coming up May 12th. All three of those events, the Lincoln Fire and Rescue Fun Run, the Hop, Skip, Jump, and Run, Great Strides, they're all May 12th. So lots of opportunities to get out. I hope the weather's good.
Yeah, it should be okay, and this should be a lot of fun. Great collaboration, team building, and leadership that's learned from this event.
All right. Gateway has a couple of free events for your family to enjoy. Get the kids out for the Kids Fit Club. This again is free on May 12th from 11 to 11:45. You do that run at the zoo, and then you take the kids to the Fit Club, and they should be pretty calm the rest of the day.
So what's the rest of the afternoon look like? Nap time? I mean, this is a busy day.
Yeah,
Lots
it
going
is.
on.
It is. Well, also we want to mention that Gateway is having another free event, an open mic night at Gateway at the food court. So that'll be kind of fun.
Yeah, gather at the food court and enjoy talented local musicians, songwriters, and sing along from 6 to 9 p.m.
All right. Now, if you haven't seen the Ken Burns quilts at the Quilt Museum yet, you have until May 13th. Ken Burns, we're talking about the filmmaker, the documentarian. He loves antique American quilts, and this is a really special show.
Yeah, they spark dialogue and remind us of our shared humanity, and to have Ken Burns be behind quilting, the reason behind the textiles, is a neat opportunity. And what's neat about this is it's been quite a long display. It's been over at the Quilt Study Center for a while, so you have until May 13th to
That's
go
right.
out and see this. I would highly encourage it.
All right, let's get into some theater now. The Repertory Theater is ending its season with a 20th century classic, The Lord of the Flies.
I like reading about this. It integrates percussion, ritual, and fire.
Ooh, that
Right?
sounds like an
That sounds like
exciting show.
Three-headed monster right there. Should be a lot of fun at the Studio Theater at the Temple Building.
And then Tada is inviting you to just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a bunch of crazy people. I saw the picture in the paper of the
Right.
Skipper and Gilligan.
I did.
Well, they really look like the guys from the TV show.
Yeah, I thought about the same thing. And you know, they've been doing this Gilligan's Island production for quite a while, and it's a different cast, it seems like, every year. There's a few people that carry over annually, but this is a lot of fun. Everybody can relate to Gilligan's Island, and most of us had a chance to watch that growing up.
Yes, we did. Many chances
Yes.
to watch it growing up. And still now. I'm sure
I
it's
know.
still on TV somewhere.
Right.
All right, let's take a trip to 1930s Berlin. Nebraska Wesleyan, which has such a great theater department, is presenting the musical Cabaret.
Yeah, not to be confused with the 48th Street Cabaret Weekends, this main show stage takes you straight to 1930s Berlin, as you mentioned, with its looming storm clouds and unabashed bawdiness. Should be a lot of fun over at Nebraska Wesleyan.
Okay, Lincoln Community Playhouse has a really super fun musical coming up, Mamma Mia.
Yeah, an awesome musical
Wow.
experience. There'll be sing-along performances on Thursday, May 3rd and 10th.
How are they going to keep people from singing along the rest of the shows?
I don't know. Do they just stop the production and say, all right, just
Yeah.
keep it to yourself. We're the professionals here.
Well, I know Julie Anderson is one of the leads, and you really should listen to Julie. She's got a great voice.
That's good. And I will remind people, nobody under 4 years of age are welcome at this production.
Should be a lot of fun. All right, we want to mention that the Playhouse Guild also has its annual fundraiser. This involves a hat artist from Springfield Hatworks. So you enjoy a lunch at the country club, talk about hats, and raise some money for a very good cause.
Yeah, sounds like a good time.
All right. Arts for the Soul has an interesting project coming up. I think this is the last show of their season, too. These are all at First Presbyterian Church. This one is called the Crossroads Project. It brings together a physicist, a composer, visual artists, and a string quartet, a program about sustainability and
Yeah.
the future of our planet.
Yeah, it combines artistic and scientific voices. A great opportunity to hear some stories, hear some music, and do a lot of sharing at First Presbyterian Church. Great combination of I don't know, just different things that you wouldn't typically
Right.
put together. Yeah,
Right.
right? I mean, should be a lot of fun, and tickets are still available.
All right, Lincoln Festival of Music is coming up at First Plymouth, and this too has a lot of different working parts to it with Tom Trenny, Lincoln choral artists, brass, lots of, a whole 2 hours full of some great music.
Over 150 vocal and brass musicians.
All right, let's get down Monday night, see Capitol Jazz at Blue Blood Brewery.
Gotcha.
I got that out.
Gotcha.
Monday Night Big Band, this features all ages of musicians, It gives some local composers and arrangers an opportunity to have their works performed as well. So some of the finest jazz musicians in the state and Blue Blood Brewery and Robbers Cave, all combined.
You did it.
I did it.
This sounds like a lot of fun. Ages 17 to 60 plus. You're going to see them all
Gonna see them all.
working together.
We've got some great jazz musicians in this town, I'll tell you that. All right, couple of events at the Lead Center we want to mention. Lead is partnering with UNL to present a celebration of Philip Glass.
It includes the world premiere of a new piano quintet called Annunciation, the works of Paul Barnes, Native American flute player Ron Warren, as well as the UNL Symphony Orchestra.
All right, and then Lincoln Symphony Orchestra. I believe this is their season-ending performance, Rock, as in Rachmaninoff and Bartok.
Yeah, LSO's audience favorite Mark Markham returns to rock the house with a brilliant, flashing, and fiendishly difficult concerto. Should be a lot of fun. The Young Professionals Patrons Club and Music Faculty VIP will have special ticket pricing as well.
All right, well, that's a lot of stuff going on.
It warmed me up. On this cold day, it warmed me up.
We need some more. Let's hope Old Man Winter gets out of here soon. We're all a little weary of winter
Yeah,
at this point.
yes.
So, all right. Hopefully, when people see this at the end of April, they'll be going, "What? What are they
What
talking
were they
about?"
talking
It's
about?
a beautiful 72 degrees.
Yeah, we're
So,
excited about the month ahead.
all right. Tell us where people can go to find out about all the great events in Lincoln.
Yeah, 434-5348 is a number at our visitor center, or 434-5335 at our main office. Stop and see us at 7th and P at our beautiful visitor center. Stop in and say hi to our 5-foot-tall Abraham Lincoln bobblehead, who is loving all these great people from all ages that are coming in to say hi. So, and we encourage people to come down. We've got a lot of great things going on in this city. This is just really a small example.
It is.
When
It is.
There's so much going on.
Jeff sends me a big list, and I have to whittle it down. So
Thank you, Diane, for doing that, because
All
they're
right.
so hard to pick out just one or two things to
It
do.
is. It is. Thank you very much, Jeff.
You bet.
Thanks for all the great work you're doing. We'll be back with more Out and About after this, but first we're going to take a look at some more of the events going on at our beautiful Lead Center. Welcome back to Out and About. Tom Lorenz joins us now from Pinewood Bowl and from Pinnacle Bank Arena, which had its 1 millionth concert fan.
That's right. We've had over 1 million people come through, and that night at Pink, we were able to draw one of our customers out and celebrate the 1 millionth fan. JJ was able to receive a gift basket and some publicity, but it's just amazing. It's after coming out of Pershing and watching, this size market, to have 1 million concert fans come through is really exciting. We normally do about 750,000 people per year, but that counts basketball and conferences and a lot of different things. But to hit the 1 millionth concert fan was really, really special.
Congratulations to JJ, who just happens to be our police chief's assistant.
Yeah, isn't that that was neat? When I didn't get down, I wasn't part of the process to pick her out, but then we saw the pictures and we were really excited for her. She's a great fan and comes to concerts often. And there's so many people that would have been worthy for that, but the random draw got a great person.
All right, well, let's talk about what's coming up at Pinnacle Bank Arena. We've got Monster Jam in the middle of April.
Yep, we've got Monster Jam. It's Friday night at 7:30, Saturday 2 o'clock, and Sunday at 7:30. So we'll have 3 different performances there. It's amazing. As you've seen on the TV commercials, if you turn on TV at all, you'll see them. These trucks are mechanical wonders. The things that these drivers can do with them is just outstanding. It's a great show. It moves along fast, lots of fun. I can tell you our sales are beyond anything we've had in the past.
Great.
It's really exciting to see the acceptance and see all the different people coming. If you're looking for a performance that's not as crowded, maybe Friday night or Saturday night, that Saturday afternoon one, lots of people coming, but it's great. We can manage anytime you come, and it will be a really fun weekend for not just for the kids, but for the adults and for dates and all those different kinds of things. It's something that's really different.
All right, then you're going to clear all the dirt out of there before April 21st when the Spring Brawl is taking place.
That's right. Our annual, we do 2 MMA productions each year with Dynasty Combat Sports. This one is on April 21st. The main event will be a pro featherweight title between a couple guys. One of them's out of Nebraska City, Derek Miner. And so there's a lot of great locals there, some pro-am fights, some less than pro fights. And so it's a great evening, probably around 18 different fights that evening. Things move along quickly, and it's a great evening to see some really good athletes and to see a lot of local guys who hope to get to that UFC level at some point.
All right, give Nebraska City fans a chance to
Come
come
up
and
and
see the
cheer.
arena.
You
All
bet.
right. Then we're going to get back into concerts April 26th with a country legend already. He's still pretty young.
He is a young guy, but he's been around for so long. You see him on the CMTs every year hosting. Brad Paisley has just been here in town a couple different times in the last couple years, but now we get to see him on the big stage at Pinnacle Bank Arena. He'll be bringing guests Dustin Lynch, Chase Bryant, and Lindsay L., all great upcoming country stars. Brad Paisley writes such heartfelt songs. There's always a great message to him, and they're a lot of fun. And Brad, I've met him a couple times. What a really genuine, nice guy. And I can't wait for Brad to come by and spend an evening with us.
All right. Chris Young is coming up May 12th. Has he been here before?
Chris has not, but at least not at Pinnacle Bank Arena. But I think he's been in town before. We kind of hit both ends of the spectrum with Brad Paisley, who has been around a long time. Chris Young is that new guy coming up, and it's absolutely blowing up. The concert is very well attended. Tickets are still available. He's bringing Kane Brown and Morgan Evans, and Kane Brown is being talked about just about as much as Chris Young. What an exciting night. This is the future of country that'll be here, and it's a great way for folks to come down and see where country music is going to be. There's a lot of great stars out there, but they do turn over occasionally. These are the new guys.
The up-and-comers.
That's right.
All right. Cirque du Soleil is back in May with 6 performances and kind of a circus-inspired fantasy.
It is. This is all the beautiful pageantry, all the beautiful artistic points of Cirque, all of the acrobatics and everything else. It's all put together. The set's wonderful this time. We'll have seating on the east and the west that kind of look through, so there's always something going on stage. The great part about a Cirque show is there's so many different aspects to it, between the lighting and the projection and the artists all over the place. It is a fascinating evening, wonderful for families, great thing to come by. The circus theme is going to be a very fun thing. It's not, you're not going to see lions and tigers, but you're going to see a lot of great pageantry. So we look forward to having them back. This is the 3rd time that Cirque has been here, and they love coming to Lincoln.
All right. And also someone who loves coming to Lincoln is Zach Brown. I know he's one of your favorites.
He is. He's a great guy. It's the 2nd time they've been here. Zach Brown, not only a terrific musician, and there's a few guys that are in the business that are sort of taking the mantle from Jimmy Buffett, who's one of my favorites, and that's Zach Brown and Kenny Chesney, and they have that sort of toes in the sand kind of a feel to them, but they do great country music also. Plus, these guys are chefs, and so they talk about cooking. They are a really neat bunch to be, to interact with. They'll be here for several days before the show, putting the show together. So it's really cool that they love Lincoln enough to come and spend some extra time here.
Hopefully there'll be some Zach Brown sightings around town.
Probably see that somewhere on social media, I'm sure.
All right. A couple of legends in the rock category are coming in July. Journey and Def Leppard.
When you talk about country, or when you talk about rock shows, this is kind of the ultimate. That 80s rock, power bands, Journey and Def Leppard. Between them, hit after hit. They'll play that night, both equal time sets, probably in that 90-minute range. But you'll hear nothing but hit song after hit song, and the power that's there, The lighting, the production, it's outstanding, and to have these two together is a real treat for us.
All right, the dates have been announced for Rib Fest, one of the city's most popular outdoor festivals. It's coming up mid-August. And do you have any of the entertainment lined up for that one yet?
We do. You know, kind of the feature this year will be on Saturday night. We've had the Mummies, Here Come the Mummies in the past, and we can't wait for them to come back on Saturday night.
I loved them.
They are so good. If you've never seen them, come and see it. If you've seen them, you know what a great show it is, and so come back. And we're really going to focus this year on, the music part. We'll focus on Nebraska musicians outside of the Mummies. There are so many different bands that are here that are great musicians that have some national importance and just so much talent, and we'll be featuring that. We'll have guys come together and girls and perform for us on the stage throughout the 3 days of Rib Fest, plus all your favorites. The Rib Fest vendors from the past, well, hopefully we'll have one or two new ones maybe, and there's always something new to see at Rib Fest. The weather's great, wonderful place. Parking over at the Salt Dog Stadium this year. We'll have that extra parking available, so families come on by a couple times during the day when it's free admission. All you do is we suggest you bring a can of food. We're not going to turn you away, but we'd like to collect for those less fortunate for the food bank also.
Okay. The long-awaited concert by Metallica is coming up in September. Any tickets left for this one?
There's a few tickets left. This is one that we've been waiting for a long time. On the list of shows we get asked about most often, Metallica was always on that list. These guys have been around producing great rock music for a long, long time. Last summer they were touring for stadiums and racetracks and doing huge crowds. Now they're bringing an arena run through. We're part of the first 19 shows that are here. September 6th is a big day. It's great for Lincoln. These guys will rock the world, and we've seen a little bit of the hint of the production, and it's something that's just out of this world. I hope everyone gets a chance to come by and see it. And again, a few tickets are still left if you move quick.
All right. Fall Out Boy is coming October 5th.
Yeah, my daughter was always a great fan of Fall Out Boy. These guys are long-term rockers, great alt-rock, kind of a pop sort of a thing there. Great to have them back. It's during when college students are back. We expect a really big crowd for this one. We've been actually looking to try to get them back here for a couple years. Very exciting to have Fall Out Boy and their openers with us that evening.
All right. Another new concert announcement that's been made in the last few days is Thomas Rhett.
Thomas Rhett, who's had 10 #1 country hits. When you talk about a superstar, that's Thomas Rhett. What a great story, though. Thomas has opened up for two of the bands we've had at Pinnacle Bank Arena already. Now he gets the stage all to himself. He played over in Omaha to a sellout crowd. He'll be coming here to Lincoln. I'm sure a lot of those people are going to be back to see him again. Really cool to be on that cutting edge of country, and Thomas Rhett is the best of the best out there right now.
All right, let's go out to Pinewood Bowl, and there's a great lineup, tons of variety as usual out there. The season starts May 18th with some of the stars of True TV's Impractical Jokers.
The Tenderloins, if you watch that show, you know what it's about. If you don't, switch over to cable and check it out and see. These guys are great comedians. They do very interesting skits. We can't wait to see how it translates out to the stage out there. They had a tremendous tour last year. We were able to convince them to come out to Pinewood Bowl and start our season off. There are some tickets left, but not many, so get out there soon.
All right, something really different for Pinewood, Bluegrass Festival. This is going to bring a lot of fans to the great venue that is Pinewood Bowl.
It seemed that bluegrass was the perfect fit for Pinewood Bowl. So we've got Green Sky Bluegrass, The Devil Makes Three, Mandolin Orange, and Horseshoes and Hand Grenades. 3 o'clock in the afternoon till 9 o'clock at night. We'll have lots of different food options. We'll hopefully have some buskers out there. We'll have a neat, great day. And we haven't really dipped our toe into the festival type music, pure music festival. We certainly do Rib Fest for years. But this will be something different. We hope it grows. We'll see maybe a multi-day event in the future. We're really excited about the Great Pinewood Bluegrass Festival.
All right, then Hank Williams Jr. This is a fairly recent announcement too.
Hank, known through country music for years and years, a legend. He's one of those that everybody knows Hank. Everybody knows some songs by Hank. Great to have him out there. We haven't really done a lot of country at the Bowl, but we're trying to do a little bit more of that this year. He'll bring the Josh Abbott Band and Mike Ryan out with him. what a cool night, and that's a little wild night. He would be outlaw country a little bit, so that'll be a fun night to be out at the bowl.
Some more comedy on June 1st with hashtag I Mom So Hard.
This is an amazing event. They played over at the Rococo Theater to a sellout there. That's why they are calling this round 2. So it's Hensley and Smedley. They come out and talk to moms and women about everything. It is a cool evening. This barely got out of the pre-sale and into the on-sale before it sold out. This one is probably the first in a long line of maybe an annual event with these two wonderful comedians. And it'll be a fun evening, a little something different for the bowl.
That's right. Well, let's get back into the music. June 18th and June 22nd, 2 big dates, kind of different kind of music, but
Right.
we'll start talking about Primus and Mastodon.
Primus, who's been a band out there a long time. Their style is, you can't narrow it down to one genre. They play so many different kinds of things, from alt country to alt rock and everything in between. Mastodon, a really good rock band that was a Grammy Award winner this year. We put those two together. We've got a great night out at the bowl. It's kind of that feel for the bowl. It's that vibe where, you get bands that are maybe a little bit not as, they're not radio bands, but they're great bands that people have followed forever, and we look forward to having them out at the bowl.
And then I've got my tickets for Jackson Browne. Lots of talk in the community about this one.
This one is, everyone's known Jackson Browne for years and years. He's written wonderful, powerful songs that really touch people. He's bringing the full band with him that night. Jackson Browne still in great voice, an evening with him. This thing has, you've got your tickets early. There are a few tickets left. The bowl is just going to be so much fun this year, and Jackson Browne's going to be one of the premier shows that we do this summer.
Another great show with Steve Miller Band and Peter Frampton. This is going to be a great show, too.
Oh, I had the opportunity the year that Peter Frampton put out his Frampton Comes Alive to see him back in Chicago as a young man. And it had such an impact. I've been waiting for Peter Frampton to come back. And Steve Miller Band with so many great hits. You put these two guitarists together, what an evening. To be able to have the level of talent that these guys represent, their staying power, their longevity. This show also has just a few tickets left. It seems like I'm saying that a lot, and that's wonderful. But I do want to urge that check out the website, get out there and look at those tickets, and grab those up early, because it's going to be a really, really fun summer.
And speaking of someone who's been around a long time, let's talk about Earth, Wind, and Fire. I'm hearing a lot about this one as well.
That you can just hear the Earth, Wind, and Fire songs going through your head. It's an evening with these guys. They are consummate musicians. It's something a little bit different. It's not classic rock, but it falls in that category. It's a little more
hard to describe.
They
are
are
hard to
they're
describe.
just such a fun party band, and these guys have been doing it so well for so long. We've been actually trying to talk to them. We've had offers in for probably the last 3 or 4 years.
Really?
And we finally were able to make it work out, and they're looking forward to coming, and so are we.
All right, 2 more shows in the lineup, and maybe some more to come, but we're going to talk about August 30th, Jason Mraz.
Jason Mraz, who was a few years back the sort of the pop folk king out there. I mean, everything was Jason Mraz. He's coming by to give a great acoustic show. He's got the full band with him. He brought Brent Dennen as his opener. It'll be really fun. The Messina Group has been doing him for a lot of years and really promoted him and moved him forward. So it's great to have Jason Mraz out at the bowl. Again, this seems to be a perfect fit. It's just one of those evenings, the breeze will be blowing, you're close to the stage and seeing just a really, really great musician.
All right, and the another new announcement for Pinewood Bowl, the last one that we have so far. This could be the season closer. I guess we'll wait and see. Need to Breathe.
They're described as an anthem band, alt-rock dynamic. They're bringing Johnny Swim and Forrest Black. These guys just come out and perform a wonderful, uplifting show. It is rock with a message. That gets us to about 13 to 14 shows, and we may actually get to 15 too. There's a few more announcements still to come out, and I don't have anything right now past this one into September, but we're looking at one more. So we're going to have a full season. It's a very wide variety. This is our 7th year. The reason
Wow.
we can be so successful is that Lincoln and all the surrounding communities, and people come from a long way, continue to support this and make it really, really great. One more point, Diane, I want to make about the bowl this summer is if you drive out there, you know that they're doing they're doing some roundabout work on the road. So before you come out, check the website. We'll always have updates. We'll talk about where traffic should flow. If there's a need to divert traffic a little bit around, the website will fully explain that. So check it out. Everyone still manages to get there. Leave a little bit early, be patient, and it's well worth it to be out at the bowl. There's been some upgrades out there. I can't say enough thanks to Lynn Johnson, Matt Middlestat, and all the guys out at the Pinewood Bowl that allow us to do this great concert series, and thanks to everyone from Lincoln that comes out and sees the shows.
And that website, pinewoodbowltheater.com
Correct?
and pinnaclebankarena.com.
You can catch a lot of information on both. The Pinnacle Bank Arena, if you go out there and check out a show, it'll link you over to the Pinewood Bowl Theater website. Great information, and we hope people check it often.
All right. Thank you very much, Tom, and more to come.
Diane, I'm excited. This is really fun.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you very much, Tom. And I want to thank all the guests we had for this month's Out and About show. Now, if you missed any of the events, stay tuned. We'll be running a list right after the show. Thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you out and about.